Hello, welcome to my channel, Autumn and the Mage. This is a general reading in regards to love for Scorpio. It is general, so it may not, sorry, I was getting my chair. It's an old chair. It might not resonate because it's a general reading, but if you were drawn to the video, then perhaps there is a message intended for you here, or perhaps the entire message is yours, but if some part of it doesn't resonate, don't try to force it, just take what is yours and leave the rest behind. So this is actually a re-recording of a reading I did during the full eclipse, the full moon eclipse this weekend. I did the reading, and for some reason, my recording system, like the program I use for recording, switched to my headset mic instead of the mic I use here. So if you turn the volume up all the way, I guess maybe you could hear it, but that's a lot of effort. So I decided to go ahead and re-record it. So all the cards are already drawn. I'm sorry for that. If you've already watched that reading, then you maybe don't want to watch this one because it's basically the same reading, only, I mean, if you were able to hear it. But if you weren't, then you could watch it and you will hear what each of the cards means. So anyway, I used this Oracle deck Journey of Love, and I pulled cards for past, present, and future. And then we clarified with tarot cards. So I tried to pull one card for each slot, but 2 cards came out for the past and 2 for the future for you. So I did just end up taking them. But the first card that came out was card number 33, and it says God Speaks. And then card number 67, the Swan. And this is your past energy. So I'm going to go ahead and read those to you real quick. There's a lot of reading in this video, a lot of reading in this reading since so many cards came out, but I think it's important to hear the message from the book, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Card number 33, God Speaks. The divine is speaking to you directly. Underneath the silence, there is the endless music of love, pulsating throughout the universe. Within that sacred sound, there is guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access when you are still, relaxed, dancing, in a yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that behind any struggle or challenge, there is only ever the divine seeking you out, calling you to surrender some fear or doubt or other, so you can move closer. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else, for in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else, for in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else other than love, is what that's saying, in case you struggled with that sentence like me. This oracle brings you guidance. You are being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you are being nudged, know you are being nudged by the divine. If you feel you are being held back, know you are being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you when you are captivated by the beauty of nature, or in a logical sense that everything is okay. Listen. That's the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. And there's a little poem here. It says, when the first sound was born, the air was filled with fantasy. Like the flower's sweet perfume, alive in the moment, there was nothing else. Only the energy coursing through my body and the tears on my cheeks. I was carried away on the strings, each note striking a chord within and answering with the emotions of my soul. How priceless the surprise, how powerful the memory, to be with a violin when it sings. So this feels like in the past. Okay, this is past energy, of course. Well, I mean that the divine was stepping in. Divine timing. I know it can be a really frustrating statement, but it was stepping in. And reassuring you that everything was going to be okay. I think this was you in this connection and not the other person. I think that you were being the right word is not coming to mind because I want to say told, but not told. It was like because it was possibly silent, but had a feeling that everything was going to work out the way that it was supposed to, you know, and that yeah, that things would turn out okay, you know, things would turn out the way that is right for you. Let's go ahead and read card number 67, the Swan. Gliding with grace, nothing is withheld from this beautiful soul. It can discern what is genuine, authentic, loving, and what is from the ego parading. Even through the most impressive words or gestures, this soul can sense the holding within it of a core of fearful separation from the divine. With grace, it allows all to be and moves amongst the world with inspiring light and grace. Paramahamsa, Great Swan, the soul that moves the souls of others, is reaching to you now, the guru, the teacher, the light, the love that is all. You are blessed by sacred divine relationship with the essence of love itself that adores you and wants only for you to be free. This oracle reaches to you now, indicating that you are held within the grace of a great soul, a great teacher of the heart, of the spirit, and there is endless light bestowed upon you for protection. Your path ahead is assured. Soon you will be shifting from hope to a sense of inevitability in your attainment of the spiritual goals closest to your heart. Be with your practice of love through meditation, yoga, kindness, nature, dance, singing, whatever speaks to your heart, and know you are one with the divine, and it's only a matter of time before you realize it. And it says here, to love from afar, all we share our dreams of what will unfold. And just this little part here makes me think of a long distance relationship, because in long distance relationships, we are always thinking of the future. I mean, you spend time together, but even when you're spending time together, you're building future dreams. I mean, it's always, when we're together, we'll do this, or if we were together now, we could do this. It's always about the dreams of the future, you know, of when you can be together. So I feel like this has something to do with long distance relationship. If that means anything to you, then take it how it resonates. But overall, both the God Speaks and the Swan card here, I feel like first off, it's past energy. And I think that this is you in the past acknowledging, well, an understanding. Really, it just feels like both cards really feel like an understanding that things are going to work out the way that they're supposed to. And an encouragement here with the Swan to shine, you know, to it says, be with your practice of love through meditation, yoga, kindness, nature, dance, singing. It's like you were being called to express, to be that light, to be that love. That I'm trying to think of an example of or words that correctly express it. The Swan also, I feel like, is a confirmation. It really feels like a card of self, and being on a journey and being on the correct journey and being able to pursue that journey. I feel like in the past you accepted what was, you know, you accepted, you put faith in whatever you believe and accepted that you would be taken down the path that you were supposed to be taken down. And um, continued to work on your own goals and continued to spread love, you know. That's what I feel like that's saying. So we're going to move to the next, which is the current energy, which is, for current energy, we got card number 65, and it says the breaking. I'm going to go ahead and read that to you now. I remember pieces of this reading from when I did it the first time. Like this whole section here, I remember quite well. But some of it I don't remember as well. Anyway, 65, the breaking. You are breaking apart. You might not understand it at all. There's not so much to be understood by the simplicity. I'm sorry. You are breaking apart. You might not understand it at all. There is not so much to be understood, but the simplicity doesn't mean it is easy to endure. You may worry that you are going too far, that you may not recover or ever come back together again. But what can you do? Can you hold back from the divine love that calls you, that lures you to become all that you are, to remembering your divine nature? Well, you could try, but for what purpose? Temporary rest before the storm at best. So take the rest if you need it, then dive into the storm. Let yourself be brokenhearted by the dying so that you can become your truth, become all that you are meant to be. It is better to have the broken heart so that it grows than to be brokenhearted by thinking that you must protect yourself from love. This oracle brings compassionate guidance that no matter what sadness or anger, despair or frustration you may feel, you are being pulled apart not by dark forces, but by the loving embrace of the divine, as it strips you of all that which would keep you from your divine realization. Let go and break. It is going to be the making of you. And the little poem here says love. Love is a special closeness that sings from the heart, that warms my days and nights, that feels good, that makes me smile, that makes me glad to be alive. And this is it's super sad, truly, but also really incredibly gorgeous. For me personally, I know that I've been here. I know that I've been in this place, this breaking apart. And sometimes what we do is we choose to shield ourselves from everything because of that breaking. Like we pull walls up all around us and we box ourselves in, and we probably don't even realize, okay, how much that holds us back. And I know I've been there, okay, and I know that I released those walls and allowed myself to be broken apart. And in that uh, in that acceptance, when you are built back up, when you build yourself back up, when you put yourself back together, you're so much more than you were before. And if you had just boxed yourself up, you'd never even realize all that you will now know because you allowed this to happen. And this is the current state, this breaking, okay? And the fact that you're here watching this video, okay, the fact that you are searching for answers and hopefully accepting of possibilities, accepting the possibilities out there, and questioning, what you have believed in the past, questioning yourself, questioning your own path and your own, like, um, responses to things in the past. Like, through all of that, we open ourselves up to growth, and we open ourselves up to becoming something more, becoming something truer to ourselves, really. And it's actually, I mean, I know that it's so sad. It's so sad to think about the breaking, okay, and being broken apart. But really, um, it's gorgeous. It really is. It really is. It's so sad. I know. So I feel so bad, but it really is, because it will lead you to a better place. It will lead you accepting it and going through it instead of shielding yourself and blocking yourself off. It's just going to lead you to such a prettier place. And I'm just ranting, and I'm sorry. But also, I remember now that while I was reading this, it made me think of another deck that I have. It's called Your Heart Knows the Way, because there's parts of this that there's wording here that I don't necessarily 100% agree with. But now that I'm rereading it again, I see that they're not saying it as harshly as I was reading it before. But in this other deck, Your Heart Knows the Way, they say that you're never actually broken, because you aren't, because the love is always within you. It's always there, okay? It's just like the breaking apart, that's a feeling, okay? That's something that we feel, but it's not who we are. We're still love, like, that's still inside of us. And I remember wanting to make that point before, and I hope that makes sense to you and that it resonates for you. But Yeah. So the current energy is the breaking. Then we go into the future energy. And the first card that we got was card number 38, the pearl threaded. And then card number 11, eruption of light. And this message is really quite beautiful. I remember it very clearly. But I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. The pearl threaded. Though we labor through the illusion of individuality and have to face our inner challenges in solitude, our spiritual transformation is not an independent event, nor is it for our victory alone as we approach the enlightened way of all-embracing love. Each human being is a pearl of the Divine Mother's garland, gradually assuming luster and revealing beauty, worth, and radiance over many lifetimes. Together we are creating a precious offering in return for her gift of life. We can learn to draw on the collective effort to allow our own journey to become integrated into the journey of the group without being weighed down, and instead to be lifted up. To do this, we honor the thread that connects each of us as one divine being, just like the various fingers that belong to the one hand. Then we honor the pearl essence of our divine nature, that we are capable of growth and transformation, becoming divine beauty. This oracle brings you a message. You are to shift your perspective to allow all groups that you are involved in to become a source of energetic lifting rather than depletion. If a group you are involved in cannot do this for you, then you may not be in vibrational resonance, and it may be time to seek a group that is more energetically supportive of your vibration. Trust your feelings and don't be scared to open up and allow yourself to connect with others. That way you can truly know if a group or gathering is for you or if you need to move on. But do trust that you are not alone on your journey, and the soul connections that will nourish you will draw you to them, like strands of pearls on the Divine Mother's necklace. It says, hearts apart remember love and time stands still. And I feel like this is of course the future energy here. And this has to do with what the people that you're surrounding yourself with. And to following that intuition, okay, and allowing yourself to be pulled towards people that will let you shine, people that will hold you up and let you shine. Because in the past, okay, perhaps even in the current situation, you are being dimmed, okay, your light is being dimmed. And like it says here, if a group you're involved in can't lift you, if they're not lifting you, if they're not letting you shine, then you may not be in vibrational resonance, and you might need to seek a different group. And I think that's what that is about, finding the groups that let you shine. I think that that's what will happen for you here, is you will find those groups and you will be able to step forward in the light that you are, and allow that light to shine out of you and allow it to be seen by everyone around you. And then we go into 11, which is eruption of light, which it hits me again that this eruption of light, I mean, that's what we're saying, that the pearl threaded is like someone who is meant to be more, who is ready to be more, who's ready to step into all of that light, but may be dimmed by whatever they're surrounded by, and stepping into that and allowing this eruption of light. I just think that this combination here is just so fantastic and really beautiful. But let me read eruption of light for you. Your every prayer is a power-packed eruption of light beamed into the divine presence. Some pray with fear or doubt, as though the prayer is not doing much at all. Yet you understand that prayer is powerful, that it is divine action set in motion. Your power of divine prayer emerges from your heart and out through your throat, whether you speak or sing your prayer silently within your own mind, or aloud for all the world to hear. Let your prayers be vocalized as feelings expressed to the divine in words or song if you choose. You have the power to heal at your fingertips and vocal cords. Through your voice you can heal. Let your hands be joined in prayer position at your heart and your mouth open to let the breath of your spirit move through your throat, creating sound. As you speak, so shall it be. That particular sentence, as you speak, so shall it be. This whole first paragraph here feels so much like manifestation. I mean, I know they're talking about prayer, and I know a lot of people associate prayer with God with or with other sorts of higher powers. I mean, believe what you believe, okay? Believe what you believe. I really encourage and support and rejoice in people believing in whatever they believe truly. And so believe what you believe, but you have the power to manifest. And I just feel like this is so much about manifestation. But then it goes on. This oracle holds a message for you. Your words have more power than you may realize, and you have a special ability to heal with words, to bring light where it is needed, and to uplift through simple kindness spoken. You also have a message to bring. It might be an urge to write or speak on topics that are close to your heart. You may also simply have the need at a soul level to share from the heart with others when you are engaged in conversation. The oracle says your voice is part of your power. Do use it. And then here at the end it says, life begins with love. To complete itself again, symmetry is born. But this whole second paragraph really is about vocal communication, about talking with people. And I think that's so interesting, connected to this pearl threaded card, which is talking about the community that you surround yourself with, and being in a community that lifts you, letting yourself be drawn towards those communities that help you shine and help you be all that you can be. And then with this eruption of light, it's saying, like, vocalize whatever. Maybe it's just having a conversation with something. I mean, you are water energy, you are compassion, you are empathy and love, you are all those things. You have an understanding, a feeling that not all people have, and that's a gift. That really is a gift. It's a gift that you have. And in communicating with people and connecting with people, it may be as far as singing with people or speaking publicly or whatever, however you're drawn to act. It is saying here that through voice, through conversation, through that, you will shine, you will connect with others, and you will lift them. And yeah, it's a beautiful message, really, really incredibly beautiful message. But let me go ahead and tell you what tarot cards we got. So for your past energy, we got God Speaks, right? And the Swan, which I feel like was a lot of just trusting and knowing that you're on the path that you're supposed to be in, knowing that things were going to turn out the way that they were supposed to turn out. But we get the Six of Swords, which is moving from like confusion and cloudy light. It's moving from tumultuous water to calm water. So it's moving to peace. And I often look at it this way because in the traditional tarot, you're in a boat, okay, surrounded by water, and one side of the water is very crazy and the other side of the water is very smooth. And at the front of the boat is these six swords. And the swords really represent truth, logic, and honesty to me, okay? And so it feels like your emotions are overwhelming. It feels like the emotions are just, they're just chaotic and confusing, and you're trying to make sense of them. And so you turn to that logic, you turn towards truth, and you use that to guide you into that calming, peaceful energy. And I feel like that's what this is. The truth for you, I feel like you accepted that what you believe, you decided to trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, and trust in, well, the universe, or like I said, whatever it is that you believe, to get you where you're intended to be. And with that step, you brought yourself to calm, you brought yourself to peace and to clarity, okay? So that's what I think the Six of Swords is representing. And the Three of Wands talks about future. It talks about having moved towards something and called that something in towards you, and feeling so close to it, feeling like you could almost grab it if it were just a tiny bit closer, and wanting to leap out towards it, but knowing that you have to wait for it to come to you. And this is another card it really is a card of trust, because you're waiting there and you've contributed this work towards it, and it's coming towards you, and you have to wait for it to make that just the last bit of that journey so that you can jump out and grab it. So all of this, I think, is about trust and understanding, and faith, that things will turn out how they would be. And with the swan, I really feel like the swan is about being on a journey, being on an individual path, like your path, and you've been on it, and you've worked towards it, and you've contributed to it, and you are moving closer to it. Sorry, we had a minor interruption. So the current energy is the breaking, and the card we get is the King of Cups. Yeah, I remember. The King of Cups is your energy, Scorpio. But that's that. Yeah, it's your energy. And I feel like this is just confirming that this is what you're going through, this breaking. But also, I feel like it's a reminder, like I was saying with that, how that other deck talks about how we're never actually broken, because the love is always inside of us. It's always inside. And I was talking about this in the Cancer reading, but the King of Cups, he has a very deep, deep well of love, He feels so much. And he's not he's not necessarily expressing it all over town or anything, he's keeping it to himself, but all that compassion and love, it's still there. And I feel like it's just confirmation that you're not losing yourself. I know that this is hard. I know this is hard to go through. I know that this is, I can't even say, but I know that we all know what this breaking feels like. Okay. But you're not losing yourself. You're not going to lose yourself. This isn't going to break you apart beyond like recognition of yourself. It's not going to destroy you. You're still there, and you will continue to be there, and you will be able to build yourself up, and you will be closer to who you are meant to be, and who your soul is working to help you become. Okay. And then in the future energy, for the pearl threaded and eruption of light, we get the Magician, which is Gemini energy, and Virgo, Gemini and Virgo energy. And we get the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, right? That is you, right? All of a sudden, I was like confused. Death is Scorpio energy. I don't know if I realized that before. Also, there are people working on the street outside. I'm sorry if you can hear those machines. They're very loud. But death is, that's Scorpio energy. It's just, you guys, this comes up in your reading quite a bit, especially since I've started using this deck. And I just really love the death card in this deck because it's so hopeful. Okay. And death usually is very ominous. Okay. But this particular death card is just so bright, and it speaks more of hope to me, of what will become. Like, yes, an ending has happened. Okay, sure. That has to happen. Things have to end. It's the cycle of life. Things have to die and new things are born. And feels more about that birth than it does about that death, and a focus on that birth. And with the Magician here, I think that's what is happening. This is you manifesting this rebirth of yourself. I mean, this is your death is Scorpio, right? Let me think. Yes, because I was confusing the devil, which is Capricorn. But yeah, this is your energy. I mean, this is a rebirth of you and manifesting yourself and all your radiance, and all your beauty, and just shining bright. Also, I remember thinking that this is an eruption of light. And how can you see this as anything other than an eruption of light? I mean, it feels like it's pouring out of this bird, this phoenix here. It's really just beautiful energy. I think this is you, manifesting a return to self, not just a return to self, a rebirth of self, and that explosion, that like a bigger, like stronger version of yourself. I don't know why, but I often think of Scorpios and butterflies together. Okay. And I know all my life I've thought of Scorpios and butterflies together before I even understood tarot or understood zodiac signs or anything, because and I think though that's because the butterflies represent like rebirth, you know. The caterpillar, um I mean, the whole life of the caterpillar ends up having to shift and change and transform so that they can become this gorgeous butterfly. And that really is what this feels like, that blooming, that blossoming into something bigger, something grander, something more beautiful. Okay, and then last, what I did was I drew cards from the Lover's Oracle. The Lover's Oracle. So this was the first card that came out, which is Twin Flames. Your passion ignites, which may indicate that you are currently in a twin flame connection. You know, I don't know a lot about the twin flame. I don't know a lot about twin flames specifically. I know that there's a very specific journey they go down. I know that one chases and then the other chases. But I don't know all of the details. But if you feel like you might be in a twin flame connection, then you might want to look into it and find out more about it. But that is what we get here, twin flames. It is similar to soulmate energy, for those of you who aren't familiar with it. And then we get this card here, which is new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately, which, I mean, we can clearly see that right here. This rebirth and this beginning, this new beginning, this bright, beautiful future. So anyway, that's all that I have for you, Scorpio. If you're watching this for the second time, thank you very much. If you're watching it for the first time, thank you very much. I really do appreciate the support. I'm sorry that I recorded it without volume before, so sorry. But thank you again for watching. Please remember to move forward with positive energy, positive thoughts, and positive words, because we draw on what we say, we draw on what we believe. Okay, so really have hope and have faith, which, I mean, showing here that you already do. I do think that whatever Scorpio this story resonates with, like, you're really moving forward in your spiritual journey. You're really growing and expanding. If this is you, this is such a beautiful, I know it's death, and that sounds so not bright. But if you look at this card, it's just so beautiful. It's so bright. And it's death is a scary idea. It's scary, but I don't feel like you're looking at it that way. I think you know that there's going to be something brighter afterwards, and a rebirth that's going to be gorgeous. So congrats to you on being on that journey and embracing that journey and really pushing forward in it. I think that's beautiful, truly. So anyway, thanks for watching. Good luck to you. If this reading resonated, I'd love to hear about it. You can like the video, comment below, or send me an email if you like. My email address is listed in the description box of this video. But thank you again. Good luck to you, and I hope I see you here in the future. Bye.